Okay, so let's explore 10 ways to run your business virtually. One of the things that I've learned in the past couple of weeks is that this conversation is more about how to use tools versus what tools to use. Tap, type, that's how I feel, or it's me, if right now you are a feeling disconnected from the world, or feeling disconnected from your clients, or and feeling disconnected from your potential clients. Type it's me, or I feel that way in the chat so that I know that we're all on the same page, because we're probably all feeling somehow like this. And you're probably wondering, what do I do now? How do I pivot? I mean, I think the word pivot is everywhere right now these days. And how do I, if you have a small team or a big team, how do I lead my team? And how many of you have had your head on the desk trying to figure this out? Type me, if that is true for you. But the truth is that, and by the way, guys, my style is that I'm trying to bring a lot of light-hearted humor to our presentations. These are kind of testing times, right? We are all feeling frustrated, scared, not sure how we're going to pay the bills next month. And that is across the board. Whether you're running a multi-million dollar business or you just started, you are probably feeling this way. And many of us are feeling, are we even going to hit any of our target metrics this month, this quarter, this year? Mark, I see your tear or your sadness. I'm here for you. So I'm going to show you today ways that you can A, feel connected, and B, continue onboarding and bringing in clients in these times of crisis. I'm not going to lie to you. We will have to pivot. We all have to adapt, and we all have to do things differently. But my hope and my intention is that through this presentation, you can learn new ways that you can continue doing business online and hitting your targets. We're going to talk about 10 ways to run your business virtually. And I'm going to break each one down so you can take away clear strategies and tactics that you can implement right away. But before I do that, I want to share something. And that Hager kind of made note of it as she introduced me. But I have been, and no, I'm kind of old. I'm almost 47 years old. But I've been either working remotely as an employee many, many years ago, or running remote businesses since 1998. These are just some of the brands that I've worked with. My company right now is Masters in Clarity, but I know a thing or two about not just running remote teams, but how to do business online, how to find clients online, and how to serve them online. So you're not old. Thank you, Juan. So let's get started. Let's talk about connectivity. And I think many of you are feeling disconnected. I'm going to talk about connectivity from two places. One is, you guys are making me laugh. I know I'm not old, but I've been at this for a long time. There's two parts to the connectivity, and I want to know who here is running a big team. Type, I have a big team, if that is true, or type, I have a small or no team. So I want to know who's in the room. There's two parts to the connectivity, and to you guys are making me laugh with the age thing. Let's move on from the age thing. So the connectivity part, there's one thing about staying connected with your team and staying connected with your market. So I think most of us in the room here either have no team or a small team. So I'm going to focus the conversation on the small team and serving your clients. So What you see on the screen right now is all different tools that you could be using right now to connect with your clients. If you were a consultant and you were going into meetings in companies right now, you could be running all of those meetings in Zoom or Skype or any of these tools that you see there. And what I'm saying is nothing new, but I want to enhance on how do we use these same tools to connect with potential clients. One of the things that I have been doing now for years is bringing in conversations, one-on-one or small group conversations, into what I call virtual coffees. So someone please type on the chat for everybody the concept of virtual coffee. A virtual coffee is basically an opportunity to connect and have a meeting or a consultation with a prospect client by hopping into one of the online platforms of video conferences and getting to know the other person. One of the things that you've probably felt is that if you've never really done social media or were doing it very timidly, right now, getting on social media might probably feel overwhelming. Why? Because there's so much of it. So, one of the things that I've been teaching for the last 2 weeks, because again, we all pivot really fast, the concept of going human but digital. What I mean by this is we can't go out on the street or on events or networking or any of that stuff right now. We're asked not to. So one of the things that I've been teaching is how do you find people to connect with, not by posting on the general feed, but by sending direct messages to people that you think you should meet. And this, I want you to think a little bit broader. I don't want you to start scouting for clients necessarily. I want you to start scouting for potential connectors. A connector is an amazing opportunity to meet with someone, not pitch, but learn about what they do so that then they can ask you and learn about what you do and look for ways that you can refer to each other. Who here is a BNI member or who here participates regularly from networking events? Just type yes if that's you. If you know anything about like a BNI or networking groups, what you do in those groups is you get to know people so that you can refer each other. I want you to start every day doing this online. And here's kind of a challenge and a game that oh great, there's so many of you. So you know what I'm talking about, right? We're just translating it online. And so one of the challenges that I will propose to you and that we play with our clients is what is called the 5-3-1. So 5-3-1 means that every day you would send 5, and someone please type it 5-3-1, and then you can type and maybe Hagar, you can type it for us on the chat. But I want you to, this is a little challenge I'm going to give you right now for your takeaway, so make note. I want you to reach out to 5 new people through a social media platform of your choice every single day, Monday through Friday. 5 new people. So what is the 5-3-1? 5 new people every day with the hopes that of those 5, 3 will respond to you. And let's say that 3 respond to you. And of those 3, you invite them for a virtual coffee and one of them responds. If you just play this game, 5-3-1, you could potentially have from Monday to Friday, 5 new conversations every single week. Do you follow me? Type yes if you do. And if you are wanting to truly challenge yourself, and Billy says what? And so if you don't understand, let me know. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can make these numbers bigger. Instead of reaching out to 5 people every day, you can reach out to 10 people every day, and so on and so forth. Soon, if you do this well, you're going to actually get a little bit overwhelmed by requests. But this is a great way to get the momentum and the ball rolling of connecting with people and having virtual coffees. Okay, let's move on. So that's what I was talking about, the virtual coffee, right? Human to human connection. I also want to share different stages for those that have been using speaking for getting leads, which I do all the time. It's time to look beyond the in-person stage. Um, so these are just a list, and don't worry, I will be sending you the deck after we finish our presentation. So don't stress about taking notes or capturing the screen. I will send you the whole thing. But I want you to pay attention to online webinars. Let me give you an idea. I'm doing this presentation with you guys, and this is a way for me to get my work be known by a broader group of people. The Small Business Expo has a network of a lot of business owners. I'm just a content provider and a vendor. So by doing this online webinar, I am staying in my house, complying with the rules of our government to stay home. But at the same time, I'm talking with you, Billy, and with Juan, and with Kimberly, and Robin, and Nelly, and Sherry, and Yvonne, and Yancy. So we actually having a speaking event, and I'm getting to know you, but I'm not leaving my house. You can do this too. And part of the homework I'm going to give you is to write on a piece of paper and start thinking, who do you need to reach out to and connect with so that you can present your services or your expertise um, online through an online stage. Let's move on. Tool number 2, collaborating with your clients. So type on the chat, I would like to see it in one word. If you are either a consultant or a service provider, or what do you do, as succinct as possible. So, because one of the goals that I have for this presentation is for me to help you kind of translate the work that you're doing on before COVID-19 and see how you can translate into the new way. So I have service consultant, service provider, and on those service providers, I want to hear from those that feel that you cannot deliver your business online. And if that is true, what is your business? So I want to hear if you're a hairdresser, because I have an idea for a hairdresser or a salon. So artists, perfect. So if you don't think you can deliver online, let me know. So in the collaboration with clients, these are two tools that you could use. We particularly in Masters in Clarity, we use Google Docs, because what you do, and if you're a consultant, this could be a great tool. Even if you are like, let's say, a fitness coach or an attorney or let me see, accountant, anybody that is guiding people to solve a problem, a great tool to use is either Google Docs or Dropbox. I prefer Google Docs because you can actively work on a client's file together in a what I call live collaboration. Okay. And I'm going to start giving solutions to all of these different types of business in just a minute. Tracking time. This is specifically, you don't need to listen to this if you do not have a team. But if you do have a small team and you used to work together in an office and you could see who was doing what, these are some tools that you can use to track team's time. I'm going to skip it because it's not really the case for most of you. Noel, corporate wellness program. I can definitely talk with you. I have a client who does corporate wellness program to really large companies like LAX, airports, and really big companies. And she just pivoted online and she's doing really, really well. Kinsey, what is it that you do that you cannot do online? I might have missed your message earlier. So that's a good question. HIPAA compliant. Rosa, I would definitely look online of what is new, because whatever rule was working on HIPAA before is probably changed. I know a lot of therapists that are now being able to treat online. So just definitely go and check out what are different rules that are coming up because of COVID-19. Um, yes, Nicole, that's another tool. Jonathan, hurricane shutters repairs and maintenance. Well, here's the thing. I know you may or may not do the work because you could actually go and work on houses that are not like summer houses that are not being habitated right now if you're able to leave your house. And I would say maybe this is the time, Jonathan, for you to A, make sure that you tighten your systems, or B, if you can leave your shop and go do some homes that don't have people or people are inside, that you offer some discounts to continue working. Okay, let me continue. And Rosa, I don't know of any specific site, but I would encourage you to Google government rules on HIPAA for COVID-19. Okay, next. I know we're jumping all over the place. I'm going to go into project management. This is another tool that we use. And this is a tool that we use for managing our projects and keeping all of our projects on track. For some of you, this is actually a good time to tighten all of your systems so that when we do get out of our caves, and we will, you can go back to ramping up business rapidly. One of the things I want you guys to kind of think about is that while we are constricting all of our activity and our spending and our business, there will be an expansion of pretty much everything when we come out. Yes, the economy is going to be different and a lot of people will be suffering because they'll have less spending money. But trust me that a lot of people are delaying spending because we are stuck indoors. Nicole says, I love Asana. Okay. Are these websites free? Great question, Juan. Let me just go back. So yes, so most of these are free. You obviously can pay for enhanced features, but these are free. These are free. Obviously you can pay for enhanced features. These, I know Slack is free until a certain level. I'm not sure about Workplace and Blink. Asana is free at the beginning, and then you can start paying for enhanced features. So yes, most of these are free. Okay, Robin, nursing home and assisted livings are not allowing people come in. Also do advanced care planning. Do you work with the children of the people in assisted living, like their family, or the person in assisted living? Because Robin, this might be a great moment to pivot and to start helping and support A, your existing clients, or B, the people that are planning for their own assisted living plan that they're not yet out. And you can do all that by phone or by one of the video platforms. Okay, I'm gonna go next. Calendly. Here's the thing, as we go online, how many of you spend a lot of back and forth emails trying to figure out a time to connect? Type me if that is you. When I first started my business, it would take me anything from 2 to 3 or 4 emails back and forth to trying to figure out a way that the other person on my schedule was open so we could connect. You must use a scheduling tool. And here's just a few of them. Calendly, Setmore, Acuity, and When I Work. There's obviously more. Calendly is what we use right now, and there is a free version. You should check it out. But this is a great tool. It connects with your online calendar, in my case for Google Calendar. And so when someone, let's say you're planning a virtual coffee, you can send the Calendly and the person can select a time to talk with you. I would seriously recommend that if you're going to do the 531 and do the virtual coffees, definitely use an online scheduler. Otherwise, you're going to lose your mind. Yes, these are all great. Acuity is great. They're all really great, powerful tools. Awesome. I'm glad you guys like that. Okay. Who here has an online learning platform, basically an online product. Type me if it's me. And who here, type yes if you have it, no if you don't. And if you don't, I want you to, I want to ask you, do you think your business could use one? So I'm going to ask Angela. Oh, you guys going too fast. Diana, Gabriela, Bonita, Juan. All of you guys said no. What is stopping you from having an online product? Type, and if it's the what kind of business it is, type it, because maybe I can find a twist for you. I can remember the name, but that person who is a planner for people in assisted living, I think that was you, Robin, right? You could actually create a simple online program that will help people plan in an independent way, like a do-it-yourself planning. So Gabriela is a consultant, and she's asking how. So Gabriela, you probably have seen a lot of different situations. And if you think of all the people that you've helped, you need to find the common denominator of the ways that you have helped those people. And that is something that you can teach online. I'm actually going to share with you a couple of things here, and I'm going to put in the chat. You can check it out later, but you can click on that now. One of the things that we did right away when this started, when the COVID-19 started happening, we went ahead. I used Simplero, and we went ahead and we kind of built a whole program, online program, to help people pivot online and we built this in a very short period of time. So online platforms can do a lot for you to keep your momentum going and sell something that adds value, but it might not fulfill your full service. So let me look at this company. So I help burnout executives to return from burnout and company high performance. So Desi, you can probably create a very simple online product of 10 things you need to do to avoid burnout and start selling it at a lower price point. Roman, you can have an online program on comparing life insurance carriers and different options that people have. Bonita, counseling center. You probably have a lot of counselors that work for you. You could have a simple online platform that it talks about how to take care, how to practice self-care. Antonio's a financial coach. I could use some help on that. And I could probably learn it on my own. You see, here's the thing about online platform. You don't have to be delivering the same kind of service, or you don't have to be, the client won't have the same experience than if they were working with you on one-on-one or privately or in person, but at least can have some value of the expertise you have. So Chris, if you deliver web data analytics, I'm assuming that you do and it's a case-by-case scenario. But what if, Chris, you could give examples of different case studies that could probably teach me how to go and look at my data and understand what those numbers are saying. Robert, you can definitely go online. You probably know that. Kim, there's a lot of online platforms right now that teach people how to do arts and crafts. So you can definitely do that too. Okay, let me keep on moving. Is this helpful? Type yes if it is. Okay, let's say that your company is not ready, or you are not ready, or your company is not feasible to do an online platform. And that most of the time you use your Google or your inbox, your email inbox to connect with people. If you have free time right now is the time to start either building an online platform and a whole online marketing system like you would have with Simplero or Thinkific or Kajabi. But if you want to do the bare bones, I would suggest that you use an email marketing system to start getting connected with your clients. This is the time where you want to grow your list, so get more leads that you can nurture and convert in the future, or B, that you start having an open conversation and constant conversation with your clients and your prospect clients. So, Constant Contact, MailChimp, Active Campaign, these are three tools that are free, and you can also, there's a free version that you can start communicating actively with your clients. Okay, who here has never charged online? Who here is still depending on checks or wire transfer? Juan, great question. How much is too much about communication? Meaning too much content or too frequent emails? Please clarify and I will answer. Um, Great. So these are just some tools, uh, payment tools that I've used, and it's an amazing moment right now to start using them if you haven't in the past. You have to be careful with Venmo for Business because it is meant for personal use, and they're not charging any fees right now, but they might charge some fees later. Um, okay, so let me just see here. Let me answer Juan's question. How much is too much as far as email and sending emails to people? Um, Here's the thing. When you are nurturing your contacts so that they can convert into clients, you want to email them with a consistent frequency. So I'm not so concerned about how often, but that if you're going to do it once a month, that you do it every month. If you're going to do it twice a week, that you consistently do it twice a month, that you consistently do it twice a month. Whatever you decide to do, commit to it and do it consistently. At Masters in Clarity, we have been sending a Friday email for many, many, many years now. And people are kind of expecting that email and they like to see what we're doing. And these are not emails where I'm selling my services, by the way, or pitching anything. These are emails where in the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of sharing my experience of COVID-19, or I've been sharing some tools and tips on virtual businesses. So the frequency needs to be consistent and the content needs to be 100% non-pitchy. Does that make sense? Juan, let me know if I answered your question. So Peggy says, my B2B clients either offer direct deposit or US Portal of. I'm trying to get my USPS clients to go to direct deposit, but so far so. Any ideas? Yes, here's one couple of ways to do it, Peggy, is whenever you want someone to change a behavior, you want to offer an incentive. So obviously, I'm trying to get my USPS clients to go so direct deposit is great because there are no fees. So what you can do is like, if you pay me in direct deposit, this is the price. But if you pay me with anything else, there's going to be a surcharge. So you kind of um, you give them a reason to do it the way you want to do it. You want them to do it. So Roman, Gmail limit is 50 to 100 per day, meaning the amount you can send. That's why when you use a MailChimp or Constant Contact, those are unlimited, and you can have pay. The free version has a limit, and then you can pay for more. Um, Great, thank you, Peggy. I'm glad that was helpful. Let's see. I'm just going to look at some of the questions. Yeah, Juan, the frequency of emails, you just have to be consistent, but also be adding value, not pitching. This is a perfect time to grow your exposure and to grow your list. I can almost guarantee that all of our sales are going to suffer, but I would say that this is a great time for you um, to grow your exposure and let more people know that you exist. Okay, next. And this might be for some of you. Again, if you are using this time to clean up your business, to standardize your processes, these are some tools that you can use if you want to I don't know, clean up your team contracts or your client contracts. So these are tools, some of them are free, that you can use for having people sign contracts or get legal help online at a discounted rate. So Michelle says, I tried Constant Contact and they only offer service required to pay. Which one are you speaking of? So MailChimp is free up to certain amount of emails that you send. And I thought Constant Content was as well. Yes. So Rex is saying Square is 2.9%, which is a good problem to have. PayPal and Stripe will also take a percentage. And the truth is, if you just make that percentage part of your pricing strategy, again, I agree with you, Rex. You know, if I have to take 2.9% on a $10,000 transaction, I'm happy to pay it. It's a lot of money, of course, but um, it's just so much easier than anything else. So okay, Ruth is paying $21 for Constant Contact. Okay, and there is a free level, correct? There you go, Ray. Legal Shield, first, perfect. Okay, next. So we're going to actually leave a lot of time in this presentation for questions. So, but I believe that you can continue to offer your services and your products online, and you can operate your work, or most of you, not all of you, can operate your work 100% remotely. It just takes creativity and pivoting. So my question to you, as we keep calm and carry on, how can you? And so I want to hear in the chat, how can you serve in this time of crisis and keep your business going? So this is the end of my presentation, because it gets to that. So I want to ask you to answer that question, and then I'm going to open to all the questions that I could answer in the next 20 something minutes. Yes, Maria, we can definitely go back to the slides as I listen to the questions. I'll go back. Zoom webinar. Tell me more, Desi. What do you want to know about Zoom webinar? Meeting online. Okay. Let's talk about that. Give me very specific questions about Zoom webinar. Reach out and begin versus, are you sharing the presentation? Yes, I will share the presentation with you, Gabriela. Oh, great, Desi. Can I do virtual again? Yes, Robin. Here's an idea for Robin, and you guys can get inspired by this. So Robin, you can start doing this. You know, everybody's home, and everybody's now realizing that now that they're home, they're realizing, oh my God, my closet is messy. How do I sort out all these Legos for the last 50 years? So you can start offering two things. One is a free group organizing tips kind of Zoom session for like an hour, where you just give like an overview of what good organizing is. And then you can say, for $47, I'm going to teach you each how to organize specific parts of your house. And you can actually record these videos and obviously build an online program. Or you could actually sell private consultations, and basically they take their phone or the computer to the closet, the basement, or the area of the house, and you can, for 2 hours, guide them and tell them what to do. Okay. Joshua, I get people to myself, but they don't get purchase anything. What could be wrong? Great. Here's what's wrong there, Joshua. When people come to your site, so I'm going to give you an example. If you go out on a first date and you ask someone to marry you, I don't think that's going to go too well, correct? Type, that's not going to go. Type you agree if you agree. So Josh, what you want is to have in your website, you have to actually give them something. They are giving you their attention. So I'm encouraging you to give them something for free. The sale doesn't happen on your website. The sale happens after someone said yes to something that you're giving for free, and then you nurture that relationship, and eventually they become your client. Okay, Josh, let me know if I answered your question. Um, does the content you create have to be solely on the business? My family business is a vacation rental. Uh, could I create content that's around the area we're in or best? Yeah, absolutely, Diana. Absolutely. Create content that it makes people attracted to that area. You can also, if you're been doing this for a while, Diana, you can teach other people to how to set up vacation rentals. Yes, Chelsea, give premiums. How do you invite people to a Zoom meeting? Great question, Robin. When you have a Zoom account, you will have your personal meeting room, and that personal meeting room has a link. So when you invite someone to a Zoom meeting, you just copy the link and send it to the person. You can also, in Zoom, it says copy invitation, and it will give you a whole bunch of information. You can send that too. But the simplest way to get your personal meeting room link. Um, Mitchell, what program can I develop as an accountant? Here's what you can do. You can create um, a set of videos teaching people how to use QuickBooks. So you would share your screen and you do step one, how to download QuickBooks. Step two, how to set up your QuickBooks. Step three, how to read the report on QuickBooks, etc., etc., etc. How much does it cost to use a Zoom room? I don't quote me, but I think it's about $14 a month to have a Zoom account. And I know they were giving it for free. I don't know if they still do it for free. If you guys have never used any of these tools, I highly recommend that you check out WeBroom. This one here. It is free. It's a simpler version of a Zoom. It's up to 8 people, but if you've never started, that's a good way to start. Great, Jane. Here's what I would suggest for cooking. A, remember, a recipe book that people sell is they're selling the recipes. So you could do 20-minute videos on specific um, cooking tips or strategies. And I would suggest, Jane, I don't know your business, so I'm just going to talk generally, but that you focus on a niche. For example, I have my college daughter at home right now. She was in college for just one semester and now she's home, and she realized she doesn't know how to cook. So you could be doing cooking classes for young adults that never cooked, or you could doing quick 30-minute cooking videos for kids. There's thousands of millions of kids at home right now that uh, parents like me, I'm working all day, so I told my kids, good luck, go and cook your own lunch. So you could do quick cooking videos on easy lunches for kids at home during coronavirus. Um, is the web room free for a call? Yes, it's free to have an account and host calls. Would you advise to drop prices right now or offer free service due COVID-19? I do. So let me share something that we did. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So one of the things that we did is we actually are offering our virtual business program at a pay what you can or $27 fee. We usually charge a lot more money. I just put the link on the chat. But you could actually offer your prices at a discount, or you can put like, okay, $5 or $10 or $50, or pay what you can. So people that can pay a little bit more might pay a little bit more. Ruth, I give essential awakening, smell and memory sessions for seniors with dementia. How can I guide this online? Perfect. Number one, I'm assuming these clients that you have are being taken care of someone that can manage a Zoom or a phone or whatever, right? So you could continue offering your services, but package and mail the smells, the oils that you use directly to your client, and then bring them into a Zoom call and have the caretaker be the facilitator and you direct the caretaker. Chelsea, sorry. What do you think about free YouTube videos versus paying online courses? Why would people pay for classes online when so much is available? Great question. Here's the reason why people would pay for something while there's so much free online. there's so much free online that it's A, confusing, and B, not sure how to understand what is good and what is bad. So if you, for example, if you are a fitness instructor and you have a yoga studio, if I am your client and I like the way you teach, I'd rather pay you whatever money you charge me to continue in a class with you online than take a class of someone that I've never met. I don't know how they work, and maybe I will hurt myself taking their class. Which is the best tool for hosting a paid workshop? Um, so Zoom could be a perfect tool, and you just charge before they come in, and you send them the link once they've paid. There's GoToMeeting, there's GoToWebinar, but any of these tools that you see on the screen could be used. You just charge before they come. Which is the best? So true, people like familiarity. I would help you, Rita. I'm glad you guys are supporting each other. Let me see other questions. I'm a career coach, but so many people are out of work right now. Any suggestions? Yay! Everybody needs to build the resume. So whatever you charge, let's say that you charge, I don't know, I'm making it up, $200 to work one-on-one for an hour with someone in a resume. Now charge $47 to do a group coaching on how to build your resume. You can even create little videos of the different sections of the resume. Who else? More questions. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? Type I'm having fun if you're having fun. If you're not having fun, you can let me know too. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Zoom is free. How could I do a freelance cooking instruction? We got that. Any more thoughts or questions? I'm having fun, says Gabriela. Great. Any other questions? I'm going to continue. Client acquisition marketing. Yes, let's talk about that, Rex. So we definitely talked about 531. And if you have, great, Barbara, I'll tell you how to sell that in a minute. 531. Okay, Barbara, let's talk about you. So 531, you sell craft coffee, and you probably are. I know everybody's suffering right now, but let's say that you want to position your coffee in large grocery stores or big coffee shops. This is a time I want you guys to. Yes, WebEx is free right now, Michelle. I want you to realize something, that right now, everybody's home. Oprah's home, Bill Gates is home, every big guru, every CEO, everybody that is it's everybody is home. So if you sell craft coffee, I would say send samples of your coffee to people that you would maybe never get a meeting with. Send it to their home, see if you can find that information, and have a virtual coffee drinking your craft coffee. Actually, you could actually sell us your craft coffee right now, and we could send it to our virtual coffees. That's just an idea. What platform do you use, Robin? What platform do I use for what? Let me know. First, we are now in hospital booking group events, and now so what would you say as a platform? Booking group events and even consulting site. What would you say? As a platform for connecting, I would say Zoom or any of those. Yes, my email address is this. I'll put it right here. And I don't usually give that away, but here you go. Paint room virtually. Yes, it is an interesting time. If we are creative. So can pest control be run online only? So first question, AI. So I'm assuming that you can still go to homes and do pest control on the outside. So that's one question I have. If that is true, focus on those clients that you could be doing that right now. And here, for some of you, these are times that you can't really offer your services because you are prohibited by law to go into people's homes or whatever. So this is a time to educate the market about your service, about pest control, and what are the risks and why we should do it. Not just educate the market and sell them your product, but educate the market about your industry. Um, Chelsea, can I consult with you guys one-on-one? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to give you a tool right now. If you want to do a consultation with us, I don't do all of my consultations. I do some. And I'm going to put a link here to schedule what is called a clarity call. So go ahead and use that. If you don't find, if we are fully booked, just send me an email and we'll find you another time. More questions. I am optometrist and I just opened a new eye care office. How do I build a getting developed while I'm closed? Any idea on that? Yes, Lily. Lily. So here's the thing, guys. All of you have a gift and you serve the world in one particular way. The fact that we're home doesn't mean that we're not suffering for a lot of the problems that you can solve. So in your case, Lily, I don't know what is your specific focus, but you could just educate people and do articles. And for example, you could start doing article right now on what is the drawback of all of us being online and the strain that we're putting on our eyes. And for example, you could be suggesting people that they should do those glasses that are blue light or however you call them. Or you could write an article on how we parents can protect our children who are now all day in a computer doing Zoom classes. I'm sure we're hurting our eyes, and I'm sure we're hurting our children's eyes. So, Lily, you might not be able to do exams right now for your patients, but you can definitely educate your market, get followings, capture leads, and then support them when you can do eye exams. Or maybe you can partner with some prescription online glasses and have an affiliate so that every person that you talk to, you can send them to a specific online prescription, and through your affiliate, you'll make money when they sell glasses. Okay. Robin is asking, I'm asking again because my questions are not being answered. How can this might be applied to a process that is losing revenue from donors and potential donors? Okay, Genevieve, I didn't see your question. It's that you should see how fast this is going. Okay, that is a tough moment for nonprofits because everybody's scared. So everybody has stopped spending. Here's what I'm gonna say to you: is see how I'm sure I don't know what space you're in, but all of us, whether you're nonprofit or for profit, we need to continue serving our community and the people that we care most. And people are going to be watching us because how you transition in a crisis matters, because on the outside of the crisis, you'll be the chosen one of because of how you behave now. If we go into fear and we start raising our prices or stop serving our clients, then people are going to remember that. This might not be a moment where you raise money or make a lot of money. None of us, trust me, guys, none of us is going to make a lot of money in these times. But many of us can use this time to become the heroes in our industry and position and explode when the world comes back to whatever new normal is going to come up. Sorry, Genevieve, that I don't have a better answer, but I hope that helps. Emotional intelligence, Rex. Are you asking me about emotional intelligence, or is that what you offer? Let me clarify so I can answer. My hospitality customers are not booking groups. Hold on. My hospitality, because I'm not booking groups. What else should I do and offer would you suggest? Okay, Michelle, if you're like an event planner, and that's what you do, or you know how to do, plan events. Let's say, guys, if Michelle were to put together an event and charge everybody, I don't know, $5 to host a virtual networking with a theme that she will manage so that everybody networks effectively, would you guys go? So that's just an idea, Michelle. See how you can continue being an event planner, just pivot to something that people need. Exactly. Chris says, Genevieve, pivot your message and keep on serving. Should my rates be discounted during this time for virtual consults? So you can also offer payment plans, or you can also offer a discounted version of your product. So in Pasta Sinclair, we're not necessarily discounting our core products, but we have created some products that solve the problems our clients have right now, and those are heavily discounted. Uh, we have 8 more minutes. More questions. I can pause for just a second. Hagar, do you have any comments or thoughts that I should add right now? What would be a good platform to give a meditation classes to businesses? Gabriela, great idea. So if you want to pre-record it, because you don't really need video, you could just use your phone and or any other way to record your voice and record it and send it by email. I don't remember what is it that you do. I thought you were doing wellness program for corporations. You could actually be delivering an email every day or every week with a new meditation for your clients. Mike, hi, I'm hunkered down in the Houston area. I'm with VC Main Technologies Company of Imagine. I am the company. Don't know if you have any questions. So Mike is selling his services right now, so you can read that. Ray, virtual coffee. That's great. I'm actually going to invite all of you to a Facebook group that I have, and you can all chat in there as well. We serve the homeless community. Unfortunately, they're not allowing volunteers at this time. Oh my God, Genevieve, my heart goes out to you, and whatever you need, let us know. Thank you, Juan. You're a great speaker, he says. If it is live, so if it is live, you can do a Zoom without camera, Gabriela. Or you can just do a bridge line, like freeconferencecall.com. It's free, and it's just everybody calls in, and you can run the meditation that way. That probably is the easiest way to do it, so that everybody can do it from their phones or wherever they are. Chelsea, thank you so much. I'm glad this was helpful.